my beloved Boss Mike Cervera.
Oh, yung kwento muna ni Manang Aimee ko, ha? Pakinggan ninyo. Bago kayo humusga sa Manang Aimee ko. Kayo, hindi nyo nakikita yung billboard ng Manang Aimee ko sa monumento. Ha? Napakadakkel. Oo. Napakadakkel ng billboard ng Manang Aimee ko sa monumento. Oh. Sige, pasok.
May nakita ako na plano ng China na gagamitin yung hypersonic missile.
Sabi ni Senator Amy Marcos, may planong atake daw ang mga inchik.
Oo nga, sabing namang manang ko yun eh. Ewan ko kay manang ko ba? Oo.
Ito yun! Noong 1574, si Limahong ang nagplano. Limahong was
Limahong. Katagal na niya na. Di pa buhay si Duterte niyan. Oh, sige tuloy.
a Chinese pirate and warlord who constantly raided ports in Guangdong, Fujian, and southern China. When Limahong started intercepting Chinese merchant ships which were trading with the Spanish, Limahong realized stealing from the Spanish would be more lucrative. So he set his target on Manila. Limahong had a fleet of 60-plus ships, a few thousand soldiers, and they set sail to invade Manila in 1574. Their first target was the
Tandaan nyo, 5074 ito, ha? Oh, may aral ito. Pakinggan nyo lang, ha? Pakinggan nyo lang, ha? Oh.
leadership, of course. They attacked Intramuros and killed Martin de Goiti. They did not expect the prowess of a local man named Galo, who led his barrio in fighting the Chinese invaders. He organized them so skillfully that the enemy suffered great loss, and according to lore, the bay turned red with the invaders' blood. Later,
Oh, nakita nyo? Susugod-sugod ang mga inchik dito. Si Galo lang pala katapat. Siguro si Galo dapat maghanap tayo ng Galong isa pa, ano? Tuloy. Oh, yan ha. History to, history. Oo, makinig kayo kasi marami tayong history ngayon.
Galo was knighted by the Spanish colonial government in Manila for his heroism and was granted the title of Don. His barrio is now known as the barangay of Don Galo in Parañaque, where
Yan yung Don Galo. Oh, parang Dong Galo, gano'n ha? Oh, di ba? Sige, kung may Dong Galo, si Andrew ay may Dong Galo. Ano yung Dong Galo? Dong Galo record. Oo, ha? Oh, sige.
a statue stands of Don Galo and Limahong in battle. After the Chinese suffered a lot of casualties, they retreated to their ships and dropped anchor at the port of Cavite. In later years, because of distrust, the entry of Chinese traders into Manila would be limited, and they could only trade on that same strip of land Limahong used in Cavite, which would be called Sangli Point. Sangli is an archaic term for Chinese. Pero hindi pa sila tapos. Limahong and his forces attacked Intramuros a second time. They managed to burn down the San Agustin Church before being forced to retreat again. Limahong had to set sail with no big loot and far less men. He sailed to Pangasinan and started building a fort at the mouth of the Agno River. And
Yung mga taga-Pangasinan! Titignan nyo yung mga mata nyo kapag sisingkit-singkit yan, baka lahi kayo ni Limahong. Ha?
forced the natives to provide for his band composed of men, women, and children. That area is now known as the Limahong Channel, and a small island a few kilometers from the shore has a place called Limahong Cave because the pirate used it as shelter. These are all tourist spots.
Agdaringong agungyo! Danggan nyo na unay na apo. Ang kayo pahalata. Danggan nyo una yung istorya, ha? O, sige, pasok.
Of the province of Pangasinan. In 1575, Juan de Salcedo finished reinforcing Manila first before pursuing the pirates. After a 3-month-long siege, the pirates surrendered to the Spanish. Some records say Limahong was captured, but some say he escaped. Many of his
So, may chismis. Yung iba naniniwala na nahuli. Yung iba naniniwala na nakatakas. Chismis lang yun. Hindi na mahalaga yun. Tagal-tagal na yan eh. Hindi na rin na makakatulong. 1575 pa eh. Oh, di ba? Oh, tuloy.
Men and their families ended up staying in Pangasinan. In 1589, Limahong's name reappeared in the Ming Dynasty imperial records in a report saying he was raiding the southern coast of China with other pirates again. He dropped
Si Limahong, itinuturing yan na pirata. Grupo ng mga pirata yan ha. O baka hindi nyo, naku, ewan ko ba sa inyo, yung mga kabandaan ko dyan. Yung mga kabaryo ko, hoy! Makinig kayo, dun yung unay.
off from written records after that. 2 books, Philippine Politics by Lynn White and The Conjugal Dictatorship by Primitivo Mijares, mention that President Ferdinand Marcos
Ayan na, makinig kayo maigi, eto na! Eto pasabog dyan. Tingnan nyo issue.
Sr. believed that he was a descendant of Limahong, not the men of Limahong, but the pirate himself. This lore was
Nakita nyo, descendant daw, Nino. Nino, ng mga Edralin. Sige, tuloy.
passed on in the Edralin side of the family, it seems. But the claim is not substantiated.
Yung daw nanay ni Pangulong, Ferdinand Marcos Sr. at lola ni Pangulong Bongbong Marcos, nako po. Ano ba yan? Lahi ni Limahong?
by dutiful research as far as the Filipino genealogy community is aware. Back in the 60s and 70s, sharing this unverified kwento was perhaps a way to appear closer to the wealthy but tight-knit Chinese community. Today, it would make absolutely no sense to share that unvetted kwento.
Natatakot talaga.
Kwento na nga lang. Oo, kalahi daw. Kalahi daw nila si Limahong yung nanay. Diyo gamin, dangdanggan. Apo, dumag kayo nga nalaing. Baka galing pa kay Limahong yang si 9 dash line. Alam nyo na. Kailangan ipa-DNA. Para maamuan tayo amin. Pero alam nyo, matagal na yun eh. Ano pa maitutulong yan? Diyos ko kung ano-ano nila kasi nilalabas ng mga issue noon. Nung panahon ni President Ferdinand Marcos Sr., mga kababayan, si pinugutan ni Princess Orduha, Limahong, siya Limahong River. Oo nga. Kita nyo, lumabas yung mga, nalalaman nyo sa history. Diba? Alam nyo naman nung panahon ni Pangulong Ferdinand Marcos Sr. Lahat ng pwedeng ibabato nila. Diba? Lahat ng mga kwento diba may kwento si Pangulong Bongbong Marcos, hindi naman daw yan yung tunay. Meron pang kwento. Itong kwento, si First Lady Imelda Marcos daw, ito kwento ito natsuktsak daw nung isang mayor sa Maynila. Ang resulta, si Manang Aimee ko. Ano namang klaseng mga yan? Anong klaseng mga propaganda yan? Di ba ang daming ganon? Okay, maniniwala. Meron pang iba dyan ang humaharap daw at nagtatalumpate sa mga sa mga pagtitipon, hindi daw si Pangulong Ferdinand Marcos Sr. Kakambal daw, kamuka. Anak ng pating na yan, para nga daw masabi na talagang hindi na daw kaya. Muli, Mike Cervera po, laging nagpapaalala, mahalin natin ang ating kapwa, pagdasal po natin lagi ang ating bansa. Magandang umaga, magandang hapon at magandang gabi sa amandako ng mundo. Naroon kayo, syempre, magandang buhay na rin para sa ating lahat.
Our beloved Boss Mike Cervera.